Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Kintaro. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in a large-scale window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with its different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the new Storm Kintaro figure. Now, I'm not big on collecting a lot of Storm stuff, honestly. I nitpick here and there, or cherry pick, excuse me, but you know, honestly, Kintaro was just always one of my favorite bosses from the game. I always thought he looked so cool. Screw Goro and all that guy and Mutaro. I know, feel free to fight me in the comments, it's fine, I totally get it. But Kintaro was always so cool to me. And not only did he have 4 arms like Goro, but he had this really crazy looking like tiger skin body, which I always thought was super cool. So I love this man. And I think Storm Collectibles did a great job, as usual, when it comes to like their fighting game figures. That head sculpt looks great. I love the more like cat tiger eyes with the black lips. The paint on that looks really, really good in my opinion. I love how that turned out. The sculpting on the shoulder pads all looks great as well. It looks like pounded metal, which I think is really cool. The skin texture itself looks awesome throughout his entire body. I mean, damn, dude, they did a really good job here. You can even see the texturing in things like the leather bits for the straps right here. That like shuriken, I always thought it was like a shuriken, just big shuriken he pulls off his chest and throws. I don't know, but it looks really good. He's got the yin yang on his strap belt like that. The legs are just, man, this dude does not skip leg day. The veins coming through it all look really great. Same thing with the knee pads, that tiger striping all looks so good. I love the feet here. He legit has like tiger paws, which I think is super cool. How it fades into that more beigeish tone right there, looking really good. Some Kintaro cheeks. That dude got some cakes on him like that. The back looks so good, man. The paint came out so freaking clean on that tiger striping all throughout that. Just looks so good. His bracers all on all 4 of his wrists, again, look like that pounded metal. I mean, man, this is such a sweet, not just a figure, but sweet looking character, man. I'm so happy I picked this one up. So moving on to accessories, we do get like a dozen interchangeable hands, of course, because the dude has 4 arms, so he needs a bunch of interchangeable hands. And you can see that I do have different ones on here. So I got like close-fisted hands, I got more like gripping hands, I got more loose palm hands. So pretty much everything you're gonna need for this figure, and they all interchange the same way with those standard Storm Collectible pegs, and it just came right off. And as you can see, these wrist bracers are separate pieces, so those can fly off, just like so, like I just demonstrated, which I meant to do, by the way. And again, you can interchange them with any of the arms, so you could have a bunch of different fists or a bunch of different open palm hands, whatever you want to do. It all works out really good. But of course, we do get interchangeable heads. So we do get that standard head that comes like that in the box. We do got a more angry head, which I think looks great with the gritting teeth, showing his mandibles right there. I think it looks so awesome. The ears look great. It almost looks like Panthro, right? Does it kind of look like a more tiger skin looking Panthro, or is that just me? I don't know. Anyways, but probably my favorite one is going to be this crazy yelling head, which I think looks so dope. You can just pop this off right here via a standard little ball peg. Again, standard with Storm Collectibles. I'm gonna pop this bad boy on like that, and damn, that is freaking ferocious. I would totally crap myself if I saw this dude coming at me. I mean, that looks beastly, and I freaking love it. Also with this figure, we do get a little fireball effect piece because he does shoot fireballs, which is really nice. And we've seen numerous times like this with Storm Collectibles. We get the little base and the little stands that we get here that can be adjusted. So you can make it taller or shorter and however you want. And this will just plug in to the little fireball effect piece like that to make it look like he's shooting his little fireball, which again, I think looks really good. I think Storm Collectibles always does a great job with their effect pieces. Now, in my opinion, some of the best accessories that we do get here are going to be for Sub-Zero. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the unmasked Sub-Zero, but I do have this version right here, which is the more Ninja Sub-Zero. And I can't remember which one the unmasked one is. Is it the brother of the original Sub-Zero, or is that the original Sub-Zero? I can't remember. Feel free to remind me in the comments. I can't remember the storyline, honestly. So, but the parts work initially the same way, and you could use this one if you don't have the unmasked one. So what we do get here, which I think is really cool, we actually get frozen arms, some ice arms with this figure. Again, they are more meant for the unmasked Sub-Zero, as you can see with the different types of wrist wraps that we get around here, but you can use them for this guy as well. So just to demonstrate, you're just going to pull off by the shoulder. You see the little cup piece in there, and you can plug those in like that, and those work out very, very cool. Now again, if you're using this one, again, the wrist guard is different, but what I did notice, what you can do, you can actually take off the wrist guard from this guy right here, pop off a hand like that, and if you want to, and no, it doesn't look perfect, but if you want to, you can kind of just use those wrist guards for that if you want to do something like so. So, you know, there is that option. Now, what's really cool, not do we just get the arms here, but we get interchangeable hands for the arms, which I think is really nice. So you got these really cool ice hands, you got things like closed-fisted hands, you got more open palm styling, posing hands, karate chopping hands, pretty much everything you need. But my favorite ones are going to be these really cool, like force wielding hands. I think these look really, really rad. So I love the way these turned out, man. Again, the translucent plastic that Storm Collectibles uses is just really cool to me, and he can totally just summon his powers like a Jedi with these. I think that looks so rad. But what's also really awesome, again, this works for pretty much any of these Storm Collectibles figures. For the most part, I don't believe the pegs are changed at all. We get some fatality bloody parts. So again, what I'm going to do, pop off the shoulders here, just like that. That actually works pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop on these pieces, stick those on right there, just like that. And then I'm going to stick those on right there. So now it looks like his arms just got pulled off by Kintaro here, which I think looks so good. Again, damn, Storm Collectibles does some great effects, especially when it comes to blood. It doesn't look too brightly red, and it kind of looks a little dark. It looks a little more natural, so I dig that a lot. But what's really cool too is you take the arm pieces themselves, and we get these little cups like that. So you can put that on like so. Take another one like that. Oops, wrong one, excuse me. Put this one on right there. Boom, like that. And again, it looks like the arm is being legit tugged from the body like that, and the blood is just splattering everywhere. I think that's super freaking cool. But not just that, pop the head off, and being the other piece I was trying to use, we get a little bloody part like he's pulling the head off, and you can see a bit of the spine right there kind of peeking through, so it looks like he's getting jacked up, man. So that looks really cool. But like I said, there's more. He comes with this split head of the unmasked Sub-Zero, where you can see his brain, his nasal cavity, all that kind of thing, and he just looks jacked up, man. This dude has not had a good day, because freaking fatality. Damn, that is so cool. And he can just hold these in his hands. You'll see pictures later, but dude, the amount of stuff that we got with this, especially for another figure completely different, I think that is super freaking cool. So moving on to the articulation here, the head is on a ball joint, works very, very nicely because a lot of the upper torsos for Storm Collectibles are soft, so it doesn't really hinder articulation that much. Like it looks down that far, up that much, and then pivot side to side. Arms can go full 360 like so. These shoulder pads are softer and along the strap, so they don't really hinder articulation whatsoever, so you're not going to stab yourself. Up that far, we do get a butterfly joint in there because it has that giant cup, rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. Same thing with this lower arm, except it doesn't have that butterfly joint in there like you would like with the upper arms, because it has to support the torso. So you're mostly just going to get back and forth and up and out. A little bit of a butterfly, tiny bit, but that's just because of the space inside there. So they work pretty much the same, again, with the exception of the butterfly joint. Rotation at the wrist, or excuse me, at the ball peg of the waist. So that rolls around, does turn left and right. We crunch back and forth very nicely, so that works out really good. Hip joints that kick forward that far, back not so much, splits out about that far. Ooh, he's a big tight boy. Rotation at the upper thigh, double jointed knees, ankles go up, down, a very sweet ankle rocker, and then we do get toe articulation. So overall, damn it, I love this figure. Again, I'm not super big into Storm Collectibles. I'm very picky when it comes to collecting them. I would honestly love to collect more, but space is limited. but this is one that I definitely had to pick up. Kintaro, again, is one of my favorite bosses. I think he's just such a cool looking character, and damn, Storm Collectibles did an impressive piece with this guy. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and Mafex Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Storm Collectibles Zangief and Sub-Zero. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to a couple Golden Axe characters also from Storm Collectibles. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Storm Collectibles Kintaro. Now again, Kintaro is always one of my favorite characters from Mortal Kombat because he was just such a unique looking character. I absolutely love what Storm Collectibles does, especially with their fighting game characters. I mean, they absolutely kill it, man. This guy is one big, beefy, badass toy, and I love it. The sculpt is so nicely done, especially with all the different head sculpts. Those all look great. The skin looks awesome. I love his big tiger pawed feet. I think those look great. And the paint apps are gorgeous with that fade turning into the tiger stripes on the back. I mean, that looks so killer to me. The articulation works very well, all nice and tight joints that are in the proper way, especially with all those arms and interchangeable hands. You can get some really cool and fun poses with them. But not only that, you get a bunch of accessories for a Sub-Zero figure as well in those icy arms and hands. That's pretty cool, giving us accessories for an entirely different figure. But not just that, we get bloody effect pieces for pretty much any other Storm Collectible figure that you could possibly do, and I think that's really cool too, man. They absolutely kill it when it comes to effect pieces, and the blood effects are pretty gnarly and pretty awesome. Either way, I absolutely love this figure. He is definitely one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, and I am so glad that I picked him up for my collection. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.